Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss some major moves in the TradFi markets as Robinhood and Coinbase are making some splashes. Talk about New York City looking to become the crypto capital of the world and a major player looking to go public in New York. And we're going to talk about the absolute red hot scorching run that Launchcoin has been on, brought to you none other than our own Easy sharing this play super early on the timeline in the Whales Discord with a full thesis on the token. Easy, how you feeling today? You've got to be living large.
I'm good, man. Life is good. I cannot complain. How are you?
I'm great. You're doing the PO thing. We're like, Launchcoin up to 140 million.
We knew it would get there. That's the thing. The thesis played out perfectly. Can't knock it. Internet capital markets are real. There's just a lot of opportunity right now, especially for like stuff that's legitimate that's launching on this Launchcoin stuff. And now that we're starting to see it, they're obviously tapped in, which is like the most interesting thing for me. And the fact of the matter is, if they have the connections to get people to launch stuff, like the Riz GPT founder launching Noodle, I shared that yesterday too. I want to say around 5 mil, 6 mil, even 7 mil. That's up to 15 and change. So there's stuff like that like I think there's a lot of very interesting stuff in the market that you can find opportunity on, and it's bringing back some life to the trenches for sure.
Love to see it. And this is like a completely different launchpad setup. How does Launchcoin work in terms of like token launch migration, etc.? Is it just like straight to LP?
Migrates to a Meteora pool. You tweet the ticker, the name, then update the DEX normally. So it's pretty straightforward.
So there's no bonding curve. It's just like right.
There is a bonding curve.
There is. Okay.
Yeah.
But it launches like, is there like a graduation period, or is it basically just like a bonding curve? Because like there's no platform, right? Or is it?
There's a mobile app.
Okay. I haven't used it at all. Like I've been completely sidelined on this entire thing, watching you run it up, unfortunately. But I feel like this is something you need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, I feel like this is where a lot of the trades and a lot of the moves are going to be made. It does sort of remind me of the AI meta where like you're reading GitHubs and like looking to see what's legit, what's not, and like does a token actually make sense for this product, which you're seeing a lot of that. Like Dupe is up to 50 mil. You have, like I said, Noodle ran, shout out Alex Finn and Creator Buddy token just hit 22 mil. So there's just a lot of different options for stuff right now. So it's like, if you have some capital, I think it's worth looking at some stuff, taking a look at these apps and seeing like, okay, can a token fit into this? If yes, how so, where, what does the use case look like? And that's kind of where my head goes and how I'm like kind of looking at it.
So this is only on mobile and only on iOS.
I believe so.
So are you trading these on mobile, or are you looking for them? No. Like where are you finding them on your desktop?
So I'm using Axiom for the like tracking because they have a way to filter by that launchpad. And so I can actually just take a look to see like, all right, what's launching here? Is it good? What's migrating? What's moving? Obviously, you can then still buy like post-migration elsewhere, which a lot of people are doing. But yeah, I think there's just still a lot of places to find this stuff. And for me, it's more just like and a lot of this stuff, you don't even have to be that early. Like that's the thing. Like if you see a good product and it goes to a mil, a lot of these are running from 1 to 5 pretty quickly. And you can still make decent entries. So like that's the bigger thing here. And then if it holds over that 1 mil market and people start to get interested, then obviously the upside potential is still there. So I think that's what I've been looking at a lot more is like where and what is the upside potential on a lot of this stuff.
Interesting. Clemente, have you been paying attention to any of this Launchcoin? Have you been trading it?
No, dude. Well, first off, Easy, congratulations. I mean, I wish I caught that tweet or looked into it more when Easy was talking about it in the Discord. What I like about the trade is that this is a like true trade, right? A lot of the bullshit that I don't like about the trenches is that it's all a speed to game, right? There's 2 parts I don't like about it. One is it's all a speed game for most of these things. So when everyone was saying like, oh my God, all these guys are goated traders, all they were doing was they were getting information faster than you and they were jumping in and you had like 5 minutes to jump into a trade. You look at this chart.
72 hours for this entry.
And it was like this for how long? Like, look how long this chart was sitting here.
I want to say like a month.
Dude, I had a guy when we were in a base camp. You know who it is? That guy that was like super into this, that bought like 5% of the supply of this launch coin because he was just like, dude, and he printed off this.
Yeah.
So what I like about this is everyone had a chance to get in on this. This was those are the type of trades that I like. This is no bullshit. Like you have no excuse if you miss this. It was a fair trade. And it's cool to see stuff like this. And there's also like a real thesis that you can build from it. It was Nikita Beer shilling it. It was the
Did you read my thesis? I literally said Nikita Beer will post this again. Like that was the big thing, was like you have the GOAT marketer. And in that thesis, I was like, I don't think Nikita Beer's tweet about this is a one and done thing. And yesterday he tweeted about it again.
Yeah, that was so obvious in hindsight now. I mean, you called it out, but like he's like partnered with Solana.
The best trades are the ones you sit there and say, holy shit, this trade is this makes so much sense. But by the time you say that, it's already too late. And that's what happened. Like when I saw the run up on the rebrand, right? So we ran up on the rebrand to 20 mil. It bled all the way down to like 3.5. And around like 5, someone had like said, hey, what are your thoughts on this? I was like, holy shit, like I've been bullish on this. I just haven't had time to do a write-up on it. And that's what then like made me sit. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me take a look at this. I do think there's something here. And then that's where I like got in a little bit further and was like, okay, now this is all making sense. Ben Pasternak, Doc's founder. Some people aren't a fan of him, which is fine. Like, I don't really give a shit. Because at the end of the day, you have Nikita Beer as your like advisor and marketing lead. Like the guy knows how to go viral. And then I was like, all they need is one breakout app. That's it. One breakout app will bring more people in to realize that this is a good way to do stuff. And that's what we got. We ended up getting Dupe, which is a way to find duplicate furniture through an app for a fraction of the cost. Don't know how they're going to integrate it. Yeah, I don't know. So for me, that was where I was like, I don't know about this one. But then when the Riz GPT founder launched Noodle, I was like, okay, now this is the most interesting one for me because there's a clear path for how they can integrate a token. It's a play to earn mobile game that's basically a rip of a previous like snake PvP snake game where you eat other snakes on a mobile phone. I've been getting told people in Web 2 are sending it around, people asking if they know anything about it. And you can actually make real money on it. So I was like, okay, if you can earn money, it's a play to earn game. A token sync makes a ton of sense. And this one I shared in the Whales Discord at 5 mil last night. First take profit was like 11. I was like, take your initials out of 2x, and then we'll see where it goes. And we got that last night.
So hold on. Can you Noodle? Can you explain this to me one more time? I understand the Launchcoin concept. It's kind of like banker bot, right? Except it's a mobile app and it's for creators, kind of, right?
Kind
of. My god, dude! This guy
what?
Nothing. You're just playing Warzone in the back.
Always.
Anyway, dude, he's just playing Warzone right now.
I play it every morning.
Just giving theses while playing Warzone is unreal.
Every morning.
I saw a post on Noodle. Where is it? I actually bought this and sold this last night.
Go to Raj's page, the Solana founder.
Go to who? Toli? Where am I going?
Raj Kajal. He quote tweeted it.
Yeah, I saw a tweet with it with like, yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Alex Lehman. So Alex Lehman is the founder of Riz GPT, which was the #2 highest downloaded app, an AI response for dating apps. So he then launched Noodle, which this game is a complete rip of the space game, of the snake game, which I was like, that was kind of a concern. But then I was like, oh no, wait, there's like real money involved in this. So now you have like people playing and earning real money. I was like, this is the easiest way for someone to integrate a token if there's real money involved. Like now you can use the token to enter. You can give rewards in the token. There's a whole bunch of shit. And the guy's bio, click on Alex Lehman. His bio, the very last sentence, now building in crypto. So he's all in. Like that's what you want to see. You want to see a founder who's like comfortable in the space and not scared to like say I'm building something in crypto, which means that he's going to keep working on this theoretically. Like, of course, none of this is guaranteed. Like there's still a lot of opportunity for this shit to just go to zero very quickly. But at the same time, I'd rather take a flyer on this than something like Dupe, which is already at 50 mil, and I can't fully like Dupe has real revenue, but I can't quite figure out how they'd integrate a token. And if you go to Ben Pasternak's page, if you want to pull that up real quick, the interesting thing about Ben Pasternak's page, if you scroll down, he outlines ways in which you can go up. It's that picture right there. Coin features. So this is rolling out where you can natively integrate your coin into your app through SDKs. So if you understand tech, it's basically a way for somebody to very quickly implement the token into the app, an existing app that's already live. So he's rolling out ways to make apps crypto native. And that to me was like the biggest thesis for Launchcoin, because I was basically like, yeah, if this guy gets this done before we break above 10 mil and people finally catch on then, yeah, this is a kingmaker trade. Like this is easy. Like this is so undervalued. Dupe was trading at 8.5 mil and Launchcoin was trading at 5 to 6. So when you have a product trading at under the valuation of the Launchpad it launched on, while the Launchpad is earning fees off of that product, there's a disconnect. So we identified the disconnect, saw the future potential, realized Nikita Beer is going to keep shilling this shit. And I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. And then if you go to Ben Pasternak's replies real fast, there's one last thing which made me hold like a pretty substantial moon bag of Launchcoin now, is he said, just acknowledging I saw this tweet right there, acknowledging that I have seen this. Basically, someone said you should create a flywheel similar to virtuals for Launchcoin. And he's like, acknowledging I saw this, which to me means we're going to get something.
Yeah, like where you hold different belief tokens, you get early access to, or like, but it's hard because isn't it just like all automated, the Launchpad?
Yes, but that's not to say that it doesn't mean you can't figure out additional ways to adjust that. And a flywheel doesn't have to be access to the future coins. A flywheel can just simply be mechanisms to buy back and burn off of fees. Dude, they've generated over $1 million in creator fees in just the last 24 hours.
Yeah, but I think that people don't get it as excited for buyback and burn as they
You don't need to be as excited though. It's like if the Believe app has revenue, I think that's what Nikita Beers said too, is that the PE is trading at such a discounted valuation. It's like a 0.005 valuation. Now, obviously, it's much higher, but that to me was like another sign that like they're viewing this in the coin as basically if the Launchcoin ticker was a stock. And to me, that is that's probably the better way to look at it.
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. I mean, this is getting back into internet capital markets. The LA Vape Cabal wasn't wrong. They were just early.
Well, to be fair, they were okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we're not gonna. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this also just goes to show how fast you can disrupt some of the like these Web 2 guys are gonna come in and just eat a lot of the crypto founders' lunches because they actually know how to get virality and break out in meaningful ways. Nikita is one of the better people at doing that as far as apps goes. Solana did a good job at landing him, but yeah, I mean it's wild to see, and the success that Nikita had. Now all of these Silicon Valley guys gonna start getting into crypto and building in crypto is gonna start being cool.
Yes.
It's gonna be funny seeing this pivot. I've even experienced it myself. Like for the last 3 years, when I told people I work in crypto, they've laughed. They've been like either laughed or been like, "Are you serious? You're working in like the scam industry?" And the last 3 months or so, they've all the response have been either neutral or like genuinely curious. And as Bitcoin's price continues to go up, the interest in crypto is only going to increase exponentially. So with that is going to come more people coming in here. I'm not saying all of them will be opportunities to make money and that they all will be good actors, but that's just something to monitor. And it's something I've noticed.
Yeah, interesting. I'm looking at the Twitter account for Launchcoin. If you look at their replies, like it shows you everything that launches essentially.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. I was doing that yesterday and I was like, this isn't that good. Like,
yeah, it's tough. I'm like just trying to find the
just
best.
Kind of like a shittier way to look through it. I was like, I think the Axiom is the only one right now from a trading bot perspective that has the built-in like feature set for it.
I mean, I don't like that. These reply ones make no sense to me. I'm not a fan, but okay. I'm muting easy. Let's do the weather report. Ray, anything else?
No, that's good. Take it away with the weather report whenever you're ready, Clemente.
All right. Here we go, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, May 13th. Looking over at the crypto roundup. The majors have chopped on the day. We got Bitcoin at just under $104,000. Ethereum over $2,500 and Solana at 174. Next up, crypto is heating up in the Big Apple. Let's go. Animoca Brands announces plans to go public in New York. Really? God damn. Okay. This came on the same day that Mayor Adams announced that he wants New York City to be the crypto capital of the world. He was also saying that people are laughing at him for putting his salary in crypto. And look who's laughing now, he said. Finally, PumpSwap launched 0.05% revenue share for creators on all trading volume. This change appears to be an additional fee on meme coin traders. A lot of the trenches were up in arms about it, and a lot of information is yet to be revealed. We had some people saying that it was an additional fee. It was an additional fee. It's up in arms. People are calling Pump.Fun the OpenSea of meme coins, saying, "Ma'am, Allen has lost the touch." But we've yet to see. PumpSwap, Radium getting like 40% market share in the last 24 hours. Their launch labs. Competition's heating up in the meme coin department. That's all for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always. Why'd you you skip the Coinbase and Robinhood news?
Oh shit. News broke that Coinbase will join the S&P 500 starting next week, replacing Discover Financial. Discover Financial, see you later, buddy. Robinhood also announced the acquisition of WonderFi, Canada's top crypto trading platform. That's it for the weather report.
You just skip right over the first story, the headline story of the weather report. Just went right to the second story. I don't even know how you do that.
I just skipped the first story entirely.
Yeah, you just skipped it. You went right to New York City, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
I got excited seeing the Animoca Brands. I didn't see this Animoca Brands news, and I got excited.
Yeah, they're looking to go public. New York. Co-founder Yatsui said the Trump administration's relaxed regulation on crypto assets provides a unique opportunity to enter the world's largest capital market. Animoca previously valued at $6 billion via their last public valuation.
So you're just they're gonna IPO?
It says they're going public, so I'm not exactly sure.
Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, planning to go public in New York.
Planning to go public in New York. Interesting. I mean, I have no idea what this means. I'm assuming them going public, or maybe they're going to open an office in the public. You know, public listing in New York. I mean, could they be more vague? Yeah, I mean, this has to be them going public. Okay, well that's great. That's awesome. Should we buy a what are they, the little Mocaverse? What are their Mocaverse NFTs at?
Let's take a look.
Is that a buy?
I don't know.
Dude, they have so many different tokens.
I mean, they're invested in so much as well. Mocaverse is at 2.1 ETH still.
Hard pass for me. Hard pass for me, folks. 2.14 ETH.
I mean, 26% on the week, 17% on the day. Not too much volume. 20 sales or so over the last day. I mean, the art on these, though.
Whew. The art is great. Whew. Reminds me of the grapes.
I don't even know what this reminds me of. Interesting. But they've already had their token allocation, the Mocha token, etc. NFTs overall just kind of chopped on the day. Yeah. No big winners.
They're just hanging out. They're just hanging out.
Ordinals, though. You left before we talked about Ordinals yesterday, Clemente. Look at this. We're almost back to mint price.
0.195? We're almost breaking in on the Taproot. Freaking Wizards, man.
Yeah.
Dude, yep. Go on the 7-day because I don't like this 1-day red. Let's feel euphoric real quick.
There you go.
Wow. Bitcoin Puppets up 80%. Taproot Wizards up 4%. Node Monkeys up 24%. OMB's up 20%. Very interesting, Ray.
Very interesting.
I'm above. I'm no longer underwater on these.
Yeah, I'm officially break even or slightly up on my Puppet and Wizard buys over the last 2 months.
I tweeted about this, that my fear was that we wouldn't see like a true NFT run. And when I say true NFT, I basically think NFTs, if we look at the market cap of NFTs at their peak, I mean, it is a guarantee. NFTs at their peak in 2021 will see another all-time high in terms of market cap. No question about it. Just sheerly due to the new supply and additional supply and more projects and all of that. But in general, my thesis has been that we're going to see like a nasty NFT run that we didn't see before, and that it wouldn't come until Q4 of this year or Q1 2026. But maybe like it'll turn around. And I think a lot of these, what I try to do is picture myself like, what will the narrative be of these pump again, right? And I think with Ordinals, the narrative is there where it's like, of course, these are pumping. It's like NFTs on Bitcoin, right? And seeing how many people immediately were getting FOMO and like how many people were coming out of the woodworks being like, yo, Ordinals are pumping, was an interesting mechanism. I obviously am bagged by this because I own an OMB, a Puppet, and a Wizard, but yeah, I think things will get interesting. And Puppets are the biggest collection by market cap on Ordinals.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I guess that is true right now. It's hard to tell, like, because OMB is smaller technically, but like they have different like floors.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
True.
OMB, while it's like lower for the like main floors, the like I guess there's rarity for anything though. So I mean, there's rare puppets as well, but that one makes it a little more complicated. Question from the audience. I'm curious as well, Clemente. How'd you guys find Abstract yesterday? I haven't watched the stream, but I saw some clips and it looks like you guys are having some fun.
So I'm curious what Easy thinks. I think their wallet is the like I think we're almost too Twitter native or crypto native, that the wallet onboarding was not good for me. I did not enjoy it at all. But there are parts of it that are interesting. Like this swapping is great. Like you can swap in and out of coins really easily. The fact that you don't have to go, that you can do things all on the homepage is great, right? Like I can trade these tokens. There's a trade thing there. It's kind of what Pac-Man wanted to do with Blast on his mobile app, right? Is have all of these things on the native app where I don't have to go to Uniswap or jupe.ag. I can just go, it's all in the portal, and I go here and I go, okay, cool. I want to nuke my Pengu bag, right? Boom. I can just nuke this thing for ETH literally right now. Check this. Boom. I just nuked my Pengu. And obviously it's on ETH, so it takes a little while. But boom, I just did it. Like that's pretty cool to me. Just
I also taking slippage and gas fees to prove points during the show is great.
I don't even know what I just did there, or what. Like, and this show chart, like it all looks interesting. The other thing that I shared yesterday that I tweeted about was like these pre-TGE ecosystems are great to trade in when you're not the bag holder, right? When you can when you understand that these pre-TG ecosystems have a bunch of traders that are okay with taking a small loss because they're trying to get XP or whatever the point system is, because they think they're going to get compensated by an airdrop, is great because it creates a more risk-on environment. So I'm personally not buying anything here. I just basically own the the Dream Helios. I'm not buying any of the existing ones, but I'm basically looking for like other meme coins that get launched, or NFT projects that get launched, or games in general that I can like participate in. That's what I'm interested in as far as Abstract goes.
Isn't there a pretty big Sugar Town mint today?
There is.
I saw Campbell posted yesterday. So that one should be interesting to watch. It seemed pretty expensive.
no idea. It's coming at today's May 13th. Mint details. Supply price is 0.069 ETH. Good God.
Yeah.
What? Were the I think the auras were free mint, right?
I don't remember.
Auras were free mint, but they're gonna make.
Clemente's got his calculator out. He's doing some quick math here.
They're gonna make $1.7 million if this thing sells out. Holy shit!
There are some free mints there for holders.
I mean, dude. Oh, here we go. Yeah. One free mint per 3 auras held. Good God. Okay. There's a paid mint, 2 mints per holder. So the holders can just rack them up. Just rack them up. Interesting. I mean, this is cool. I think I might have whitelist for this. So 1,500 are free mint. Okay. I mean, it'll probably sell out. I don't know how profitable it'll be. There's also other NFT. There's another NFT collection that had like a 0.05, 0.06 mint price. I was like, what? This is insane. People are just raising like a clean mill off these NFT launches on Abstract and on some of these other chains. So I don't know. I'm a fan of Sugartown. I'm a fan of Camel and the team, but yeah, 0.069 is not nothing. That's like $250, 225.
We got 2,500 ETH, yeah, somewhere around there. 140, like $200.
The mint started already.
So we'll probably see them coming into Magic Eden there. Let me take a look. See if we have any I feel like with the Abstract, everyone's mint essentially like is untradeable until it mints out. What are these called? Cores? Cores by Sugartown.
Yeah, right here, Cores by Sugartown. 2,700 have been minted.
Yeah,
so that's a little mint to check out, folks.
Yeah, interesting one on Abstract. How was the streaming process? Like, was that all pretty smooth?
Yeah, I didn't like that you couldn't see the comments as they came in. Like right now, I'm seeing English respond, Hazy Moon, Sir Heavy Bags, Risk. You can't see that on you can't pin these comments on the streaming on Abstract, which wasn't great. But I like that.
I also didn't like you couldn't see the comments unless you're in the stream on Abstract.
Exactly.
So I had no idea what people were saying.
Yeah. So that wasn't ideal, but overall, like the streaming experience was cool. It also isn't great that basically your audience is as many people are listening on Abstract, right? On abs.xyz versus on YouTube. You can have a little bit of a broader, I mean, you're targeting ideally the entire broader YouTube ecosystem. Like discoverability is kind of tough, but I think we had like 120 concurrent listeners, which is not bad. So yeah, I think it's good. I don't know anything about most of these streamers, to be honest, aren't that great.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like 100 people. There's less than 100 people watching right now.
Yeah,
on Abstract. So you have a limited amount of people, like eyeballs, essentially.
If I was streaming, I would rather do it on the arena on AVAX.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be way better for me because you can just rack up way more listeners.
And the tipping seems pretty good there too, right?
Yeah, tipping's great. So
nice. We talked about Noodle earlier. This thing keeps sending easy. 17.4 million new all-time highs. You just pinged off 18 on Noodle.
I mean, dude, it's the Riz GPT founder is the biggest part. Like that guy has gone viral before. You're betting on people who have good marketing and virality. They can keep doing it, then just kind of trusting them, I guess, Like that's where my brain kind of moves on some of this stuff is like, if these founders, and this one seemed like more of a planned launch, they did a spaces right after launch, which kind of helped send it much higher. So I'll be curious to see if Pasternak gets more involved like he did with Noodle and some of this other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Like, I feel like he has to understand how crypto works to the extent of like runners on the platform drive attention back to the platform. Platform price goes up, makes all new runners have a better chance of running. So like, yeah, like I want to pay very close attention to this today. I'm going to find a way to get tapped into as quickly as I can, see what is launching there, and be ready to deploy into some of these if they make sense. The thing is that I think a lot of people are going to be launching scam tokens today on this
There's a
too.
ton already. Like yesterday was like very few launches. Today you're getting 50, 60 launches a minute. Like it's constant, which is great for Believe because that just means they're making more money.
But yeah, we'll be watching that very, very closely today. Trading opened. I'm going to pull up TradingView here. We'll take a look over at Coinbase. Coinbase is joining the S&P 500. That was announced yesterday, replacing Discover. They jumped on the after hours trading. Let's see how they're looking after open. Yes, we gapped up here. Coinbase up 15% on the day. Yeah, up to 239. Nice little jump on that announcement here. Are you holding any coin easy, or are you basically all Robinhood?
Basically all Robinhood.
Robinhood had an announcement of their own acquiring the Canadian
let's go
exchange. What's the name of that exchange? I'd never heard of them before. WonderFi, Canada's top trading crypto platform. So I think they spent 170 million there. They're showing that they're doubling down on crypto. Globally, they're up 4% on the day as well, just about to cross $60. Easy with some goated long to medium term trades and theses lately. Robinhood from the bottom here. We had Launchcoin. I just need to listen to whatever Easy's saying at this point and just tag along. Like absolute heater here.
Sometimes it just works.
Yeah. Somebody saying wonder if I was tied to Kevin O'Leary. Interesting. I know you're in some micro strategy. Are you in any other equities, Clemente, in terms of like crypto equities?
I have a little bit of Robinhood. I'm in Microsoft, but Microsoft I've just owned for a while.
Are you in Microsoft because of the insider information your father gives you?
Yeah, exactly. Microsoft. What else? I mean, I have a little bit of Cantor that I'm down 43% on.
Oh man,
that's ridiculous.
Well, you bought the peak at top of that, right?
Yeah.
With Pio and he's like, yeah, this thing's going to
hard chill. This
you just spent too much time with them.
Wait, like that. I mean, that was just I should have seen that coming.
He lured you in the micro strategies, and he just came. He's like, yeah, let's go. Just Cantor next. It's the next one.
So I have something I've been rattling around in my head, and I wanted to ask Easy about this. I've talked to Pio about it. I've talked to Nick about it, and what I've noticed personally, as far as like your portfolio goes, right? And Ray, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. When I was first starting in crypto, and even for like the last 3 years, right? I was basically putting every dollar I had into crypto, and I didn't make any money until like year 3, right? And I think once you get to the point to where you make a certain amount of money, whatever it is, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Like I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I can pay for my bills consistently with just some of this leftover money that I have. So what I'm basically asking now is like, if I make 5K on a trade now or 2K on a trade, whatever it is, before it would be absolutely massive. I'd be like so fired up. And now I just end up putting it all into Bitcoin and it doesn't really make a difference.
Are you buying Bitcoin or are you buying it like wrapped Bitcoin?
I buy Bitcoin on Solana.
I like you a lot. I do the same thing.
Dude, because it's easy money, but
it's one-to-one backed. Like Pio freaked out when I said that. He's like, you're not actually buying Bitcoin. I'm like, well, no, you are. It's reserved 1-to-1. It's like saying MicroStrategy doesn't actually own the Bitcoin.
Right. You just have protocol risk, like if there's a hack on the protocol.
Yes.
Well, even on that note, I was seeing Sui. I talked to like the head of Bitcoin at Sui for a while. Was it 2 weeks ago when we were in Dubai? They're doing some really interesting stuff for your Bitcoin. They're offering like 4 or 5% yield on your BTC. There's obviously risk, but I'm like, okay, if I have like 1 Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin that I put over there and Bitcoin's at like 150,000. What's like you're getting like 5-6 grand a year, which is not bad at all for Bitcoin that would just otherwise be sitting there. My experience with buying Bitcoin on Solana has been fantastic. Because I just like whenever I have a good trade now, I just immediately go, I need to buy Bitcoin. So, anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that.
I was looking through runners. I just saw Mudang up another 33% today, over 300 mil now.
Who's
The
buying?
last 4 hours just had a huge candle.
Here's another thing I was floating around today. I've seen a lot of people call for alt season. And part of me is like, why will alt season happen? My thesis is that alt season will never happen the way it happened back in like 2020, 2021, because now you have meme coins owning that, like a huge part of that liquidity, because like retail's way more interested in meme coins than any of these other like random ass alts. And I'm not saying alts like Hyperliquid, Sui, Solana, whatever won't pump, but I'm saying like all these godly alt season that a lot of people, most of the old class talks about, I don't think it's coming in the way that they think it is. Because like I would love to see the market cap of and the strength that meme coins showed this last 3 weeks versus the alts. Maybe I'm wrong. I would need to look at the numbers, but that's like my gut. Obviously Ethereum looked great, but I'm curious what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're always going to have the top meme coins outperforming the top alts in terms of like volatility, like potential for the upside, but you're also going to have more risk on meme coins. I think that we could see alt season, but not like, hey, this means all of the alts from last season pump. It's now like new alts. Like Launchcoin is not a meme coin; it's an alt. It's going on an ungodly run. If we see like these new protocols, these new things with Web2 people coming into Web3, new regulations, new apps, new primitives being built on crypto, new retail apps, all these different things, like that's the alt season that I would be looking at. Like I think that yes, alts will pump, but I don't think it's going to be like this crazy pump we saw, like where all old alts pump back to all-time highs guaranteed and like continue to outperform Bitcoin. I think it's going to be like a mix of like them doing well, but then new coins outperforming and entering into this top 100. Like I think this top 100 is going to be shaken up by the end of this season, and we'll see a lot of these kind of like who uses this type stuff, or like why is this on here? Like go away. Like I was just looking, Pi, that stupid mining thing, number 19 overall on CoinMarketCap, up 96% over the last 7 days. Like what is going on?
That doesn't surprise me at all. I've had a lot of people that Pi is like their only crypto play. Like there's people that have signed up for Pi 3 years ago and every day went in and signed that little, completed the puzzle. And my sister's boyfriend, he had like $4,000 of this thing, right? And he, instead of selling it, went in and locked it up for another 2 years.
There's no way.
I'm dead serious. He was like, yeah. So they said I could unlock a mega booster if I like lock this thing up. And I'm like, of course, I'm going to lock it up. I'm like, you idiot.
Of course. Why would I not?
Wait, why would why not? Mega booster?
It was like a no-brainer. It wasn't mega booster, but it was like, yeah, so I get this. It was like an additional tier basically, or like yield or whatever. And he had so much conviction. And they have this thing where I think maybe part of it is the fact that you get it for free.
I think so. I think because it's just free.
They're like, oh, this is like passive income from crypto that's going to be coming forever. They're like, they haven't like been burned by the crypto math where you're like, if I'm earning $3 a day, I'm earning $1,000 a year for doing nothing. I can mega boost that 3 times. You know?
Yeah, it's very like, well, it's part of there's this like study that was done about people that receive stock from their company that they're very unlikely to sell it.
I love that because every time my unlock hit, I nuked it.
With Pi?
No, with the company I used to work for, I had an equity plan. Every year I would get like a pretty decent bonus and the stock would unlock. The second it unlocked, I sold it.
Interesting.
Like without thinking.
Easy.
I think the bigger issue with that was like I just wasn't a firm believer in like The company's great, made revenue, did awesome, but I just wasn't like, yeah, this is going up forever.
My dad received all this stock from Microsoft and just would refuse to sell it. And if he hadn't received that stock for free or at a severe discount, there's no way he would have bought it. So I think part of it is with Pi is like these people are getting, it's their first crypto and they're getting it for free. And with that also crypto mindset, they're like, dude, I can just hold, they see what happens with like Bitcoin, right? Or some of these meme coins. And they're like, yeah, man, maybe in 2 years it's going to be worth $5 or $10. And my $3 grand is going to be worth 30,000. So it's interesting. But to your point, Ray, I think my takeaway from what you were saying and what Easy was saying is that we're going to get, like, alt season does not mean all of these different like ghost chains are going to pump. It means that likely ETH will outperform Bitcoin, Solana will outperform, like all these majors will outperform Bitcoin, and then you're going to get these one-off apps or like viral products that take over crypto and see insane pumps, like Kaito, like Launchcoin, like whatever, fill in the blank.
Dude, I unstaked my Kaito Friday last week. So I'll unstake this Friday. I'm just hoping this thing can hold because I think I'm finally like just above break even.
I think I sold mine, dude.
I'm leaving mine staked. They're talking about like staking rewards based on like time staked, unbroken staking bonuses. I think this is just one I'm just gonna hold through.
I mean, dude, my issue with it is the 7-day unlock sucks. I hate lockups.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. And if you, I mean, look at this. I mean, you could maybe like me opening a Kaito short here is interesting because if you look at like this price action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this candle. So 7-day unlock. Anybody who saw this huge pump and said, okay, I got to sell. Kaito short's kind of interesting to me. Though I am Kaito like long spot, I may consider going Kaito short on dYdX. Just to
yeah, Ray's going for the mega boost unlock. Ray's doing the pie. Dude, that's
yeah, I mean it's essentially it's exactly what it is, but it just I just see that there's so many rewards coming from Kaito. Like, and I see like the opportunity for like everyone that we're talking, like most companies that we're talking to at Bodalgos, like when we're doing partnership work, they care about Kaito, they care about mindshare, they want to be on Kaito. It's like what everyone is talking about. They're trying to get that visibility, and I think more and more projects are going to go there and then offer them token allocation to stakers, holders, etc.
I just, my only concern is I don't know how to value that. That was my exact thesis, right, for when I bought. But I'm like, okay, like this thing's at a $2 billion valuation. Like that feels justified for what they're doing.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like you get these insane, like this could very well go to like 10 billion. Who knows?
Right. But the thing is, I'm not holding it necessarily for the trade at this point. Like I'm not holding it like saying this needs to go to 5 billion right now for me to be happy. I'm holding it saying like, hey, if this trade's sideways and I'm getting all these additional airdrops that I can sell off, like that is the trade. Like hopefully you unlock cost basis that way, and then like, hey, anything that the token pumps on top is gravy. Like I'm holding this, I'm holding an NFT.
Yeah.
That's essentially break even in USD now, finally, after quite a dip.
The way I think about it is I just rather focus on the actual YAPS portion of it. But I 100% see what you're saying.
We did see Ardak launch today. It's the Giroson coin. Overwatch brings it up in the comments. I'm going to pull it up. I need to pull up their contract address because it doesn't show up correctly. Actually, I think they use a $ in their ticker name, which is a little odd.
There's no way they launched with a $ in the ticker name.
They did.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. They have the $ in their name.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
7.4 mil. This thing launched out of the gates, mev'd up to 104, wicked even higher, and now it's down to 7.4 for these. Are you still holding any of these, Easy?
No, I cut them as soon as I saw the first tokenomics, and they were like terrible for Girasons. I cut them immediately.
Dude, and I mean nothing again. I don't know. I haven't met the founder or the team, but like them saying the stuff of like, we've met with hundreds of people to make sure that we are optimizing this airdrop for the users and the holders of like Girason. I immediately was like, oh, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I traded some Girason. I took a pretty heavy L on those as well.
So
super nice action there.
Is it safe to say that the token launch meta is pretty much dead for NFTs?
Yeah, I mean, right now, like,
I have one that I would be interested in taking a flyer on here.
I know what it is.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up, and then yep, that's it. Well, because you saw me talking about it in the Discord, maybe.
You've been talking about it forever.
I think GoblinTown is the only one I'd be interested in buying, and I would put in a bid, seeing the spread between the floor price and the bid, because if there's anyone that actually is good at gaining virality and like doing stuff that's interesting and new, it is AJT. He understands how to like get attention. He's done it multiple times already. They've been talking about a token for a while. I don't know when it's coming. They just launched this new game that appears to be like quasi interesting. So I would be maybe interested in buying one of these. This is the only one where I'm like, okay, I would take a swing on this at 0.2 and either sell it at like 0.8-ish or hold it for the actual coin. So that would be one to watch for. Would be GoblinTown at 0.28 ETH. I'd be interested to come back to this in like 2 months and see if we were right.
Have you studied this whole roadmap?
Like, dude, this guy's, let's be honest, AJT is just a nut job. And I feel like he's going to cook up some fire. Like, these clips are good.
They just dropped the new game, too.
Dude, their new game. Remember that old game they had?
Dude, the up only one was fun as shit.
Right?
That
So I'm like,
game was
okay,
fun.
like, this is interesting.
Where's the game? Oh, here it is, right?
Yeah.
They drive around the truck.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I think like almost like a better Dookie Dash.
Yeah. Like this looks pretty fun. It's a classic game where it's like, what do you call, like there's a journey basically. It's like a temple run style.
Right.
I would play this. How do I play this game?
The burgers are banging.
Yeah, Ray and I had their burgers at NFT NYC.
Yeah, good burgers.
I believe this game is out.
Yeah.
So look, I'm talking myself into it. If I didn't have, I have no ETH on mainnet. So I'm like, I just need to bridge it over and pay $8 in transaction fees to buy it. But
yeah, one's interesting for sure. Yeah, ETH NFT is tough. I'm not really holding much anymore in terms of ETH NFTs outside of the Kaito. Mega ETH NFT, forgot that soulbound NFT that we have. That's going to be interesting. Mega ETH. I wonder when they're going to.
That's interesting. There's a couple things too, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know. I feel like right now the big thing is like this market. After this Launchcoin trade, it's been like significantly easier for me to like slow down on a lot of stuff, which is good, and just like actually build a thesis about why I want to buy something more than just trenching. Like, dude, I've been trenching for a while, a long time, and now I'm just kind of like. I'm like, dude, the Launchcoin thing made me just quickly realize like there is shit that's undervalued. Like, that's it. And finding those like mispriced opportunities will outpace any day of trenching ever. Dude, truthfully, I thought this Launchcoin thing would take a month to play out. It's now 165 mil.
Insane.
It just keeps going up.
Very quickly.
It literally just keeps going up, dude.
What's your final target on this?
I have no idea, dude. Like, I've taken 70% out into stables. Like, it's not even in Sol right now. I went straight stables with it. There was a point yesterday where you could actually see it where I was selling. That red wick right there from 140 down to 120. No, that was 8 a.m. Go back farther. Last night was when I started selling. Go to the 15-minute. That'll give us a better. Yeah, right there. Right there. That's from 80 down to 60. That's where I was taking the majority of that 70% clipping out. That was my take profit 3. And I left a huge moon bag, which I never do. And purely because I was like, this could be the AI 16Z of this cycle. This second game of the meme coin World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, is it still a buy here at 150? People are probably asking. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I'd buy here.
I'm not gonna touch it here. I would I'd be kicking myself. I mean, I'm already kicking myself for not buying it at 8. Like I saw it at 8. You shielded at 8. I didn't have anything on Sol. I was like,
I shielded even lower than 8.
Yeah. I saw it at 8. I think it was like 5.5 when you shielded, but I finally saw it at 8.
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably going to be like a top 5 trade for me ever.
I have to imagine it will be.
Yeah, because I went in with like decent size. That was 30X. The thing. I was like
30x with size. Yeah.
Yeah, because I even said like I'm buying as much of this as I can before I even wrote the thesis. I like tagged him and was like, "Hey, 5.6 mil. I'm buying as much of this as I can. I'll give my full thesis, but I don't know how quickly it'll run. So I want to just be like, here, this is it." And honestly, I'm just glad people ate on it. Like Nick is upset with me because he didn't buy enough. So he's like mad about it. And I was just like, dude, what are you talking about? So that's a whole situation. I'm glad the Bodagos ate. That was like something I was very, very happy to see. Just because it's been a little bit since I've been able to give like a well thought out thesis trade thought on it. There's going to be more of this. Yesterday I shared Noodle as well because like there's certain things with this stuff. Yeah, is that the cryptic tweet? Yes, it was. Yeah, but I had to make sure the dogs eat first. That's always the first things first. Timeline doesn't get to eat for free. The Noodle trade was 6.4 to 17 now, and we're approaching take profit 2 on that. So I don't know. There's like certain things where I think there's like clear mispricings based on who some of these people are. And my big thought here is if it truly is like this quote internet capital markets and we continue to see raises for apps that are products that have revenue, then stuff is going to be mispriced. And that's where you can quickly find out like who actually understands finance to find some of this and not just how to read a GitHub. Like, dude, I wasn't a big fan of the AI stuff. Like, I just didn't really get it. I could read a GitHub. I could understand what was happening. But I was just like, this stuff doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't look like it'll have lasting staying power. Some of these apps feel like they can stick around. Like, dude, Dupe, I don't hold any Dupe. The thing's at 50 mil. It helps you find duplicate furniture. I told Nick about it when we talked about Launchcoin. It was at like 8 mil. And I think he found some of his furniture he was looking at for restoration hardware on the app. And that was when it really clicked for me. Like, oh, these apps actually have use cases. And they're tokenizing them. Like that feels better than a chat reply bot.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. Like, I think it's going to be this new wave of like, I don't think a lot of CT is going to understand it at first. I think that's where there's going to be a lot of room to maneuver.
They've started
that's
to
why
catch
we get
on.
in super early.
They've started to catch on. Launchcoin is 165 mil. These motherfuckers have started to figure out that there's something here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think basically what we're going to get is people launching apps and launch like you're going to bet on virality of apps and everyone's going to launch.
You're going to bet on the founder and his ability to go viral.
Yeah. Easy money. Like, and that actually makes more sense to me than a random ass.
Dude, like AI XPT never made sense to me.
No.
I'm sorry. It literally just never made sense to me.
Before we wrap today's show, I want to give a big shout out to our partners over at dYdX. You talked about them earlier. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some plays over there, shorting Kaito. But they just announced their post TGE Kaito leaderboard. Taking a look here, our own Easy's up there. He's flying up that list. There's some decent rewards you can get for talking about dYdX on Twitter. And there's plenty to talk about. They're running their surge competition right now, $20 million worth of dYdX tokens. We got a large handful of that for trading on the platform. It's resets every single month, so you can get in and earn those on a month-to-month basis. You're never too late. Just hey, you say, hey, maybe I missed this month. I'll just jump in and start trading with more volume next month. If you need to sign up for dYdX, go to bodogos.com/dYdX to do so. Easy. What have you been looking at? How have you been maximizing your dYdX leaderboard position here on Kaito? What's the easiest way to
short? And I've just shared some of the trades publicly. I think the other thing here is like recognize, dude. The best part about dYdX is if you are a trader, use the platform and just mention your trades with the chart and why, and then why you use dYdX. Like it's like, hey, I'm going short here. Here's the chart from dYdX, and I'm earning dYdX coin from my trade. It's not just surge. You actually earn coins from just purely trading. Like that to me is the best part about the whole thing. Hands down the best part on the entire thing. Like, I don't know. That for me is where I'm the most interested is like, you get surge rewards, you get some other stuff going on. Why would you not be trading on a platform that literally rewards you for doing something you'd be doing anyway?
Yeah, that's wild. 1.4 million last night or last month. They just went out an hour ago to 2,800 traders. So do the math there. That's a lot of money for not too many traders going out in rewards. Season 2 live now. This resets monthly, but doggos.com/dYdX. You'll save on fees from using that link too. So if you're somebody who trades perps, if you're doing it on a competing platform, there are so many incentives to switch over to dYdX right now. Surge benefits from just trading, discounted fees, and then tweet about your trades. Super easy, and you can get a piece of the rewards. And I don't think it's gonna be too tough to crack into the different tiers of rewards they have. Top 100 users are splitting essentially $50,000 worth of prizes each month for 3 months. So great time to jump on dYdX if you're not someone who tweets out. Usually, why not work on your Twitter game and earn some money in the process? Sounds like a win-win to me. dYdX over BullX, somebody asked in the comments. Two different things.
Separate platforms.
Yep. Use both. BullX for meme coins, dYdX for leverage trading. So like you're taking leverage on, and you can short stuff on dYdX as well as long it. So like I'm gonna go over to dYdX and do like a leverage long, or a leverage short on Kaito, I think, into this potential unlock with the recent pump. That being said, I think we've covered most of what I have on this this list today. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Clemente, easy.
No.
I like risk. Clearly, I shouldn't be on dYdX.
I saw this like crypto exec did you see that attempted kidnapping in broad daylight in Paris? That was insane. Sickening.
Video.
No, don't pull it up. It's like gnarly, right? I wouldn't.
Is it a far away video?
I don't like looking at it. It's a gnarly video. They're like straight up trying to take him and his daughter in broad daylight.
Dude, the Paris France thing is sus. Yeah. Do not pull it up.
I didn't see the daughter. Like the video.
It's like, dude, that thing is fucked up. It makes me extremely uncomfortable.
The daughter grabbed the gun and like chucked it. That was on. Like,
yeah, it's
so gnarly. We're not pulling.
I'm good on Paris. Like I'm good.
We're not.
I was like half asleep when I was watching it, so like I just saw like a scuffle, and then I saw some guy run in with a fire extinguisher, and like them run away. Somebody like threw a fire extinguisher at their car as they're running away. I was like, geez. Yeah, that's wild. I always worry about you guys when you're traveling. Like I'm nervous. You guys gotta stay safe.
I mean, Choose Rich. His name is Choose Rich.
Dude, we were walking around Paris. He had a fat chain on.
He had his Botaco's chain on.
You're gonna have like a Choose Rich like selfie video. He's gonna be like taking the selfie video and just like get kidnapped mid video. I can see Nick be like, "No, let me send this. It's gonna get engagement."
So nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, crazy stuff. If you're in crypto, you're traveling, make sure you maintain a low profile. It seems like crypto like figures are being targeted in a way that is like disproportional to other people, which is interesting.
We got some breaking news here.
What do we got?
1 second. CryptoPunks have been sold from Yuga to the Infinite Node Foundation.
What?
A nonprofit committed to the preservation and expansion of contemporary digital art. Wow.
That's cool.
What? Larva Labs founders and artists Matt Hall and John Watkinson are returning to join. and a guiding role for the future of punks, along with advisory board members Gordon Garner and Art on blockchain. Does this mean I will no longer be underwater on my punk?
No sales since the announcement.
So what does this mean that they acquired CryptoPunks?
So you bought the rights to them.
Like
what does that mean?
They own the contract and the rights.
Yeah, so they just give them the access. There's a vault that has a bunch of them too, so they can donate them to museums and other things like that.
I mean, that feels pretty bullish.
I should have nuked my CryptoPunk and put it all into fucking Launchcoin, dude.
You wouldn't be on the show this morning if you did that.
You would never hear. I'm dead serious. You would have never heard from me again. I would have deleted my Twitter. If I put 100 grand in when I entered, you would have literally never heard from me again.
Yeah, it would have been tough to exit out 100 grand, right?
No, dude. Just open up a one-sided pool. Scale out. I'd be making like 20 grand a day in fucking fees. Yeah. You would have literally never heard from me again. If I made 30 mil, you would go see ya. My resignation letter to Nick would have just been an email that says, I quit. And then I would have sent whatever payments we needed to partners for all the outstanding deliverables.
There's not many of those.
Yeah, okay. It would have just been a fucking concussion, run the ball up the middle. Here, thank you.
So what do we got here? What are they doing with this? Okay, so they want a network model of stewardship, born free, protect this. Seems like there's a lot of doing stuff. It's not just like, hey, we're buying this to not do stuff. It seems like there is like doing stuff here, which people can read as bullish or bearish. I think people are on both sides of it. People are like, no, don't do anything. They're just like art that is there. Then people are like, yes, do stuff, make the price go up. So interesting.
I think it's more just the art play, dude. They just want to put them in fucking museums. That's it. Yeah, no one wants, like, don't make a game. Don't make any of this bullshit. Just put these suckers in museums. Like, that's cool.
Dude, stop. We need merch. We need a token.
Have you seen the merch? We've seen Nick's punk hoodie, dude. I'm good. Like, could you imagine me wearing that with my fucking punk?
What about the Tiffany chains?
Now, those are kind of cool. If I could get that, I'd be game. Like, that'd be game. I have a fucking pudgy penguin necklace. Like, give me the punk one, dude. Give me the punk one. The punk one's way cooler.
There's been no sales since this announcement.
Is it a buy? Should we buy one?
Should we buy one? Who's the we? You have a mouse in your pocket? Gonna go halvesies on.
How much is on 120K? Let's buy the announcement pump. Sell for a nice little 10% scalp. We'll sell it at 135.
Interesting. I'll have to dive more into it, see what the community is saying as well. Crazy. I think this is kind of like, we've kind of seen this coming. So like Yuga Labs is now like sold off a decent amount of their IP. Like, is this good? Like, is this like tangentially good for apes?
Heavy metal. What else have they gotten rid of?
I think they got rid of
Kodas.
Oh, yep, Kodas. Yeah, Legend of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Didn't they sell off 10K to somebody? 10 KDF?
I believe
they sold it. They sold it. Figgy bought it back.
So, like, is this becoming bullish for apes? Like, are they like lasering in on apes? Meebits? They sold Meebits.
Oh, yep, they sold Meebits.
Daniel Rinsler asks, how do you get on Whale's Discord?
Buy 10 nifty portals or 10 bodoggos. Secret alpha right now. Nifty portals are undervalued.
There you go.
That's going to do it for today's episode. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Let's keep winning.